Hi everyone, I myself Kanu Prasadam K, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from E-Content Development Center, Majalis Arts and Science College, Puramannur. Today, I would like to draw your attention to the topics process, process control block, operations on the process and process states. The learning outcome of this session is, after this session, the student can identify different types of process states. What is a process? A process is nothing but a program under execution. Before that, what is a program? A program consists of set of codes and datas. When this program is loaded into the main memory, it is known as a process, and the execution of this process is taking place in sequential manner. When a program is loaded into the main memory or it becomes a process, it has 4 sessions: heap, stack, data and text. In this, stack contain methods, function parameters, return address, etc. Heap means it is dynamically allocated to a process under execution. Text, it contains the values of PCB and register variables. Data means global and static variables. The next topic is process control block. It is a data structure. This data structure is maintained by the OS for every process. The PCB is identified with an integer value. It is known as process ID or P. The PCB contains information related to a process. The OS used this information to keep track the process. The PCB contains the values process ID, state, priority, CPU, registers, pointers, etc. Here, process state is an information in the process control block. Process state means it stores the state of a process, whether it is in running state, waiting state or ready state, etc. Process privilege means this provides allow or disallow to access various resources to the system. Process ID means this ID is used to identify a process uniquely. Pointer means a pointer to the parent process. When a process created by another process, the creator is known as parent process and the new process is known as child process. Program counter holds the address of the next instruction to be executed. CPU registers. The PCB contains the registers related to a particular process under execution. CPU scheduling information. When a process is created, it assigns a priority. The scheduler schedules the process depends on the priority assigned to a process, and this is known as scheduling. Then memory management information. When a process is scheduled for execution, memory management data, that is the usage of memory, memory limit, etc. are stored in this PCB. Accounting information. Accounting information stores the values, that means the CPU time utilized by a particular process to complete its execution. Then I/O status information. It stores the input output resources used by the particular process under execution. Operations on the process. Operations on the process are for creation, scheduling, execution, deletion or killing. Creation means when a new process is created, it comes to the ready queue. It is known as creation of a process. That is, when a process is loaded into main memory for execution is known as creation of a process. Scheduling. Among a group of processes from the ready queue, the operating system select one process for execution. It is known as scheduling. Execution means when a process is scheduled for execution, it will execute by the processor. From the execution, if there is an error occurs or there is an interrupt occurs, the processor moves to the another process for execution. Deletion or killing. Once the process completes its execution, the operating system delete or terminate the particular process from the execution state to terminated state. When a process is terminated, the operating system delete the context of the program, that means the PCB of the particular process from the CPU. The next topic is process model. We have three types of process models: two-state process model, five-state process model and seven-state process model. In the two-state process model, we have only two states, running and not running. When a process is created, it entered to the not running state, then it moves to the running state. If there is no issues under execution, the process terminated normally. If there is an error occur or an interrupt occur during the execution, the state of the execution from running to not running is there, and the event occur, it moves to the not running to running state. In the five-state process model, we have five states: new, ready, running, termination and waiting. New means when a new process is created, it is known as the new state of a process, and the newly created process is ready for execution, it moves to the ready queue. Then the operating system moves the process from the ready queue into running state, and after the execution, the process terminated normally. If there is an error occur or an interrupt occur, it moves to the waiting state. In waiting state, the process waiting for an IO or an event. When the event occur, it again moves to the ready queue. Then normally it moves to the running state and completes execution. This is known as five-state process model. In the seven-state process model, we have two more states: suspended block and suspended ready. Suspended block and suspended ready processes are resides in the secondary memory. That is, when a new process is created, it moves to the ready queue, running queue, and if it is completed, it moves to the terminated state. If there is an error occur or the process needs some inputs, it moves to the ready queue. Then if the event occur, the waiting process in the waiting queue is moved to the ready queue. If the waiting queue is not enough to store these processes, the waiting queue processes are moved from primary to secondary memory. That is, if there is not enough space to occupy more than one waiting process in the primary, the operating system moves these processes to the secondary memory or to swap the process from the primary to the secondary memory, and the suspended blocked processes resides in the secondary memory. If any event occur, it moves to ready queue and start its execution. Or when a suspended process is ready to execute, but the primary has not enough space to occupy that particular process, then the process moves from suspended block to suspended ready queue, and when that particular process got the CPU time to execute, then it moves from the suspended ready queue to ready queue and moves to the running state and completes its execution. I hope now all of you get an idea about process model, operations on the process and process states. We will meet again with another video. Thank you very much.